Humarap sa pagdinig ng Senado ang ilang opisyal ng pamahalaan para ipaliwanag ang pag-aresto ng ICC kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Itinanggi nila na kidnapping ang nangyari sa dating Pangulo. Si Daniel Manalastas ng PTV para sa Balitang Pambansa.
Lagpas isang linggo matapos ang pag-aresto kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte sa bira ng warrant mula sa International Criminal Court, inusisa ng Senate Committee on Foreign Relations ang naging paraan at proseso sa pag-aresto. Buong puwersang humarap ang mga opisyal ng pamahalaan at idinepensa ang mga naging proseso. Pagtitiyak ni National Security Advisor Eduardo Año, walang grand conspiracy o sabwatan sa pag-aresto sa dating Pangulo.
It was only on Tuesday morning, March 11, 2025, that I learned that there was already an Interpol red notice and that the ICC warrant of arrest would be served. There was also no intelligence operation. It is utterly unacceptable and unfair that my name is being dragged into an alleged grand conspiracy. I firmly deny any allegations of a grand conspiracy. My loyalty is always to the country, to the Constitution, and not to any person.
Ilang beses na pagtalunan sa pagdinig ang usapin sa jurisdiksyon ng ICC, pero nanindigan si Justice Secretary Boying Remulla na walang jurisdiksyon ng ICC sa atin bilang bansa. Pero may pinaliwanag siya tungkol sa international humanitarian law.
As non-members of the ICC and as a state, the ICC has no jurisdiction over us as a country, but over the individuals who may have committed crimes that violate international humanitarian law. That is a universal value being held by the whole world today, that people cannot cross borders and hide behind boundaries so that they can run away from the law. International humanitarian law is something adopted. The principles are adopted by more than 150 countries throughout the world.
Pinabulaanan din niya na nakipag-usap tayo sa ICC at ang alegasyon ng kidnapping. Dinepensahan rin ng DOJ ang legalidad na nangyaring pag-aresto.
Whatever relationship we have
It's on an arm's length basis, meaning very transparent if ever. But we have never spoken to them.
hindi yung kidnapping or yung
Hindi
extraordinary
po kidnapping. Wala hong
rendition.
nangyaring kidnapping, ma'am. The international humanitarian law gives us two options, extradition or surrender. And we chose the surrender path, ma'am. Meron tayong Republic Act 9851 na nagsasabi, pwede extradition o pwede surrender.
Teka,
Ang pinili po namin, executive action po, surrender po.
Huwag mo hawakan yung nanay ko!
Hindi, yung mga sundalo, tanungin ko kayo, anong kasalanan ko?
Naungkat din na naging pamamaraan ng PNP sa pag-aresto sa dating Pangulo. Git ng DILG na bigyan ng pagkakataon si Duterte na gamitin ang kanyang legal na remedyo.
They had their chance to seek legal remedy as shown by the actions of their lawyers by approaching the Supreme Court. So there was no due process denied, ma'am.
Si General Torre naman, pinaliwanag kung bakit kinailangan na gumamit ng puwersa na mangyari ang arestuhan.
So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
admit you forced them, you
I
used
have
violence.
to. I have to because they won't go with us voluntarily, ma'am. So I have tried all the lahat ng pakiusap. Masyado ng gabi, aabutin na kami ng umaga doon, ma'am. It's
Ilang
already
oras na?
unreasonable. I have to get into their heads to make them to make it very very clear to them that we are already very very serious.
Nilinaw din sa pagdinig ang nag-viral na video na kung saan may hilaan umano na magaganap. Pero sabi ng ilang senador, dapat na bigyan ng kortesiya ang dating presidente.
Can you justify why you said that hihilayin ko yan? Nakita ko si dating Pangulong Duterte, di naman lumalaban.
The threat of hihilayin ko na yan was not towards the president, the former president. It was ensued after a heated argument between his counsel and General Torre. In no way was the former president threatened with bodily harm.
Lawyer, sir, Attorney Mijal Dea, and actually, sir, after that, I actually went back to him, placed handcuff on him after reading him his rights and arrested him for obstruction of justice.
Dapat naman nagbigay kayo ng konting kortesiya o respeto man lang sa mga dating presidente.
Sabi ni Torre, pinigilan ni dating Pangulong Duterte na lumala ang sitwasyon at kusa itong sumama at sumunod naman sa mga otoridad. Humarap naman sa pamamagitan online si Vice President Sara Duterte sa pagdinig. Daniel Manalastas, Balitang Pambansa.